Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of the With the English Pod, talking all things basketball. It's me, your regular host Kof today. Got my boy Femi,
Yes, sir.
my boy Ash,
What's up?
and my boy D-boy.
What's happening?
Yeah, and I always like to start. Good week. Everyone had a good week.
Sweet week, mate. Sweet.
Nah, my peas are down the drain now. Washing machine conked out.
Yeah, that's always a mad one.
Peak
Whole
times.
week, man.
Peak.
So,
For me, it's just too cold, man. It's just the weather's been killing me.
weather's crazy, bro.
Managed to get a game of football in though.
Even
Even in the cold.
Nah, we did play football on Monday. But got our boy Femi here today, and as I
Sure.
always like to do for guests, I want you to tell people what brought you to basketball, because obviously we live in England. Football is our biggest sport,
Yeah.
so there's not actually. To be fair, from doing the pod, I've realized there are a lot of people who love basketball.
Yeah, for
There
real.
is a lot of
It's
people
yeah,
who
very
love
yeah,
basketball.
yeah.
But yeah, what brought you to basketball?
The community for basketball in this country is even just so small, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But in terms of what brought me to basketball, Dirk Nowitzki, bro. Let me be real.
Raw.
Yeah, which is
My
mad.
guy.
Everyone will be like, right,
That's a
bit mad.
random
My
one, you
guy.
know.
Dirk Nowitzki.
Dirk
Yeah.
Nowitzki.
Okay,
And I'll tell you why.
Explain.
Obviously,
Yeah.
when I was younger, obviously I'm fairly tall now, but I'm not the tallest now. But when I was younger, I used to be quite tall for my age.
Mm.
So I used to see basketball a little bit. One of my boys used to like play it, show me sometimes. But the big men just looked slow and lazy. No, I'm gonna be real.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
The teams were showing me. He wasn't showing me like Shaq and those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was showing me some lazy. I'm trying to remember their names, yeah. But he should be showing me like Sacramento Kings. I can't remember who the big man was.
You talking
And-
about
and I'm not
Be talking about
big
Weber.
No, I'm not talking about C-Web.
Oh,
Because C-Web at least had a bit of movement to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whoever their centre was, C-Web was more like a 4. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I used to see big men and be like, this looks dead. Then I remember showed me the Mavs now. Obviously at that time it was the Mavs and the Heat final.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, 06, yeah.
Yeah.
Shows me the Mavs now. I'm looking at Dirk, yeah. I'm like, nah, this guy's wavy, you know. This guy can shoot the ball as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They lost that final, innit?
They lost.
Yeah,
They lost. But I
yeah.
remember they went up, innit?
Yeah,
So they had a
yeah,
lot of momentum.
yeah.
I think they went up 2-0.
Yeah.
I see him. I'm like, this guy's cooking. So already I had my eye on Dirk, yeah. Can I say pause?
Pause.
Of course you can.
Nah.
Of course you can.
Yo, I was waiting for it to laugh.
There's been a couple, There's been a couple already.
Nah, but already, no.
Hey,
Me,
bro,
I'm-
but you know the drill. You know the
I'm
drill.
steady with it.
Yeah,
innit?
yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so then obviously next season I'm seeing him because I think next season was his MVP, yeah. So I'm seeing him and I'm like, nah.
It was his MVP.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
That season, yeah, he was cooking guys, bro, yeah. And I was just like, nah, this is my guy. So then I just started to gravitate towards him. Then at the same time, because football's always been my first love. Same time, playing football now, secondary school and whatnot. And then the basketball coach comes after, and me and my boy, we were like the two tallest. I was like a bit of a Haaland. Just a goal hanging Haaland over there. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So
What team you
tall
support?
striker, huh?
What team you support?
Arsenal.
Ah.
Arsenal, yeah. So goal
man,
hanging
good man.
striker. Come on. So yeah, he just saw me. Then after school, he was just like, nah, you guys, yeah, because we're playing like on the AstroTurf. He said, you guys come basketball tryouts. So you guys should just come in it. At the time, I was just like, okay, you know what? I've been watching it a little bit now. I could go. If I didn't watch Dirk them times, 100% would have said no. I'd be like, basketball's dead, man. No, football. That's what I was on back then until I saw Dirk. And I was like, and then obviously I get exposed to, Tracy McGrady, Gilbert Arena, all these guys. And I'm like, nah, this is like, I actually like basketball.
Yeah.
Then I just started to play it in school and stuff like that. And then I just took it levels and levels and levels above. Started to play nationally.
I swear.
Yeah, started to play nationally. So I've played for London, I've played for England. And literally as the years have gone on as well, it's like, yeah, it's just funny, bro. It's funny just how basketball works just in general. Do you know what I mean? Like now I'm more of a guard.
Yeah.
Whereas before,
Yeah.
Okay,
so when I was playing for London, those times England, I was a centre. I was literally
What age
Yeah.
group was that?
so as 14, I got picked up at 15. So under 16.
That I mean,
Makes sense,
It makes
though.
sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Undersized centre, but essentially when you look at like
Not in England.
in England,
Yeah.
like, where you put getting a 6 foot guy, 6.5 foot guy who's
Yeah,
I mean,
makes sense.
Yeah, at that
14.
time, tall for my age, so it was just like, yeah, man, I'll do it. And don't get me wrong, when I was playing those times, I just catching rebounds, putbacks. That's it. That was my bag. But then they used to like me for that. They'd be like, okay, this guy can play defense, catches mad rebounds, and just gets put back. And that's what I just used to do. Obviously, as the years went on, started to develop a bit of a shot, little bit of a handle, enough handle to get by. You know what I'm saying?
Sweet.
And then go from there. Do you know what I mean? It's never the level of like Matthew and them, man. You know what I'm saying? Them man are. You know what I mean?
Big up, Matt.
Big up Matty, man.
Shout out to Matt, man.
NBA, man.
And also Chiz as well. Chiz,
shout out
like,
to Chiz,
yeah, that guy's a living legend, bro. Like in the basketball community.
You played against him?
Nah, I never got to play against him, but bare of my guys, because obviously he's hooped everywhere. I'm from North, so he's hooped with bare of my guys, and every time they tell me about Chiz, they're like, nah, this guy used to be like, and even now he's still got game. You know what I mean? Even now at his age, he's still got game. So yeah, big respect to those guys as well.
I was gonna say real quick, it's crazier because I feel like us man that follow ball in London, sometimes we think like there's not a lot of us there, but there low key is like a big community of people who love ball.
There is.
We just don't really talk about it as much.
No.
Low key, there's like, and a lot of them know each other as well. The guys actually play as well, which is crazy. So yeah, there's a big community out there, man.
Yeah, it's mad. I got a couple of questions to ask you though.
I got one. I got one as well.
So, obviously you said you started watching Dirk.
Yeah.
And that's your guy. So the question I ask everybody is, if you started watching because of Dirk, who is your GOAT?
My GOAT. If we're talking like actual GOAT debate, then I have to concede that it's MJ, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? But at the same time,
I don't want who's your personal.
Oh, you're talking my personal. Just like how the young boys say Paul George. Okay, cool.
Shout out to Brandon Miller.
yeah. Come on, man. Alright, cool. No, Dirk, 100%. Dirk, 100%. Kobe, I don't care what anyone says. Kobe is one of the best all time.
Over Jordan.
Can I be real with you?
Yeah.
He has more drip than Jordan, I'm sorry. Like, on the court, if we're talking, like, eye test...
Bro.
Wait, I don't know. No.
Bro. Because his drip is Jordan.
No. His drip is Jordan. I get it. Like, he's from the same mold. That's why I started off saying MJ the greatest.
I get it.
Yeah. But if we're going off the eye test, bro, what I've seen... And obviously, I've grown up in that era, innit? Yeah. What I've seen from Kobe... I'm like, nah, this is mad. Forget analytics, forget the plus minuses, all them stats. What I've seen from him, eye test wise, crazy. Plus the fear, and don't get me wrong, MJ used to put fear in his opponents, blah, 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 cool, but like, you know.
They called MJ Black Jesus.
No, but...
They called him the Black Jesus.
But this 2000s era, now that, you know, we've had a bit of time now in 2024, we could see that 2000s era had a bunch of dogs, bro, everywhere. Everywhere, bro. Even the teams that were struggling, there was like these one or two.
It's true, so it's true.
And all of them, they all go, when they talk about Kobe's name, bro, they all, and not just because he passed or anything like that, even before he passed, they're all just like, you see that guy, different, man. Yeah. Like, you put that fear in you, do you know what I mean? Even that last game, that 60-point game, I know, like, they allowed him.
Of course,
but,
thank you.
No, they allowed him. 100% they allowed him. But not that fourth quarter, though.
The defense was kind of...
No, but not that fourth quarter, though. You can't tell me they...
He went off in the fourth.
That fourth quarter, he even just still showed shades of like, don't get me wrong, he was not the same player, not even half the player, but he showed shades of like what he's been throughout his career, which is a person who doesn't shy away from the moment, hunts for the moment, and he's somebody that will pull you across the line. Like, he could play with a bunch of, and I don't want to talk about them. Do you know what I mean? Like the Smith Parkers and the Kwame Browns and all of that. But
he did Kwame Brown dirty.
He could literally drag guys, to like the finish line. Do you know what I'm saying? Or not the finish line, but he could drag them
dirty,
to like...
That's another conversation.
Sorry. No, but Kobe... So for me, like, Kobe... no one remembers how amazing Tracy McGrady was, bro.
I remember. Man, we've had conversations about him. Go on.
Do you know what's so mad? Yeah, is that it's mad refreshing that you've come in here.
Yeah,
you've mentioned MJ, but like most people will say MJ and then Bron. You haven't even talked about Bron.
Yeah,
you've talked about Dirk. Yeah. You talked about Kobe. You talked about Tracy McGrady. It's because it's like I like to see people having their own perspective of basketball.
And more interesting to me is because you actually play.
Play.
You
Yeah,
play
yes.
for a pitch. So, yeah.
Ash, you said you had a question.
Yeah, because we've got ongoing debate in our group chat. This is about 2-3 years old.
Oh, cool.
Because we've got a couple basketball purist guys, and then we've got guys that started in football and picked up basketball.
Yeah.
What's the harder sport to pick up? What do you think it takes more skill to play in?
More skill.
Yeah.
Nah, come on, don't disrespect any sport. But more skill, but harder to pick up. I'm not gonna lie, I do think basketball is easier to pick up. I do think it's easier to pick up.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't now mean that football players are more skillful, more technical than basketball players, because basketball, the stuff that they do, yeah, that we all do, it's mad, bro. Like, do you know what I'm saying? In terms of like, but we just don't realize it.
Yeah.
Because everything is happening so fast. From the agility, the quick decision making, like getting up and down, lateral quickness, everything. Like in football, it's not like that. In football, if you're like, especially certain positions, you get to bake. If your team, especially if your team is cooking, you get to bake off in your area. Okay, just pretend. I just protect my area a little bit, and I just, do you know what I mean?
That is true. That is true. Just to add to that, I know Ash, you got an opinion here, but I feel like what he said is right here, because in football you can go missing sometimes. You can go missing
You can hide.
And
hide. You can't hide in
You
basketball.
cannot hide, bro.
You
And
can't
on
hide.
both sides of
Yeah.
offense and defense, bro. You can't hide, bro. Like, you could be so great, and it's tarnished a few man where they're so talented offensively, but on defense they just get exposed to the point where they can't even be on the court. IT, bro, perfect example, bro.
He's a defensive liability.
Whereas in football, that would be like, in football, IT's offense, he would be like Mo Salah. Or one of them, man.
Yeah.
Whereas like, wow, this guy is...
I know we'll care. Anything else
That's
that
not
is
making sense to me though, because you said basketball's easier to pick up.
No, basketball...
I like the go on, I'll let you say
No, it's cool. Basketball is easier to pick up in terms of like learning the game.
That's the question you asked.
Yeah.
You asked what's easier to pick up. That was the question. Yeah.
So I answered the question. It's easier in terms of like learning the game.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? The fundamentals of the game,
Facts.
I would say, is a bit easier than football. But in terms of putting it all together, basketball is still very, very difficult sport. Probably more.
No, I'm not saying it's not.
And on a day-to-day basis as well, like what NBA players do compared to Premier League players, bro, is night and day difference, bro. 82-game season. Do you know what I mean? And having to keep up with that, especially we're in the analytics era as well, keeping up your stats, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shooting with efficiency, defending, getting stops, like is a lot that goes into it, and you can't, like you said, you can't go missing, bro. You cannot go missing. You can't get away with it. If you're a fraud, like Randall, like the guy will cook me. What's his name?
Shout out to Kane. Hey,
man like
Kane.
Christoph. Yeah, you see that guy, yeah? He'll cook me, but frauds like that guy, no, big up him though, because I could tell he's a diehard Knicks
He
fan.
don't play.
No,
games.
Doesn't play.
No,
And you know what?
I actually like him still. Like he's
Mark my
into it.
word. He's not gonna forget what you just said.
Not gonna forget.
No problem. But you see frauds, yeah. Nah, I got a bit laughing. Don't worry. But you see, you don't really get fraudulent players in basketball. Football, come on, bro, all the time.
We know the most fraudulent player in the NBA ever.
Who's that?
Thanis.
Saddest Antetokounmpo. Bro, that guy.
Like,
that
guys
there.
are
but
getting in the
he's my
NBA
brother.
off genetics and bloodline.
No, but even then,
I feel like he gets an unfair shout sometimes because we only see like man
Okay,
staring at me like,
alright,
like,
but hold on.
we're seeing clips.
But
we're seeing clips of him.
No, but I've seen him check into a game and make some bonehead decisions, bro.
Bro, how many years has he been in the NBA?
At least three.
He's been in the NBA longer than that, bro.
no, longer.
He's been in the NBA longer than that.
I think the other brother,
Yeah.
he played with the Lakers. I think he's
Costas.
the youngest.
Yeah.
I think he's the youngest. So he's
Yeah.
been there for a minute still.
I think he's in Europe now, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the younger brothers in Europe.
Yeah.
With the
He
chip.
has same.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, same.
But I feel like Thanis gets we see all the mistakes he makes and stuff. Like there was a defensive play that he done the other day, won the ball, and then just lost the ball. He got a steal. I can't remember what team they were playing. Man went
It might have been Celtics, you know.
And he
Was
flopped.
it Celtics and he flopped? But what I'm saying is that we
Well,
can sit down here. We
Celtics.
can sit down here and say certain man are frauds. Yeah, but bro, getting into the NBA and getting a chance, we know that he's there because of the freak. We know that, but the guy can play, bro. I've seen him play.
You
Like,
just call another man a freak. Sorry.
do I need to?
No, because like if he said his license,
Come
name,
on, bro.
Yeah,
bro.
if he said the
I'm-
Greek freak, License
Man,
name.
man, are gonna pause me on that.
I didn't say anything.
I have to.
I didn't say
I
anything.
let it go
No,
because
you know
I
me.
didn't say
You know
anything.
me have to try and get my revenge now, innit? Like,
I didn't say anything.
I've been down bad already.
pause.
Femi, I got one more question for you.
No, do you mind if I add on to what you
Go
said?
on, go on,
quickly?
go on.
Just very quickly, with Narcissus, yeah. Even I was listening to Girls Arena, I think like yesterday, and they even mentioned him quickly, and they made a good point, which was just that the energy he brings, yeah, he's actually probably like the best number 15 kind of player you could have on
Under
the
the
team
bench,
in terms of like energy. No, bring energy.
He's the
to
best
team.
cheerleader.
Hustle, yeah.
Yeah.
He said if you put him in the Pistons now, it might be a 5-win or 6-win team rather than a 3-win team.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know.
Bruv,
about that.
It's
I don't
perspective.
know about that. I don't know. I hear it, but I don't know about that. But
Yeah.
one last question.
Yeah.
What's your team?
You know what? Yeah. So starting basketball, I was always like, I just follow the players,
Mm.
and
I hear
I've been like that, yeah, for years, up until last year when Kyrie linked up with Luka, because they're my two favorite players in the league. You know what I mean? They're my two favorite players in the league.
Yo, you
So-
my guy, bro.
Yeah,
you
come on,
my
come on,
guy.
bro. Come on, bro. So
Well, to be fair,
So at this
Riskies
point,
and
it was-
Mavs, it makes sense.
see that
Yeah.
history as well is
It
there.
makes sense.
But when Kyrie linked up with Luka, I said, no, I'm not playing myself. This is my team now, innit? Do you know what I mean? So now I support them, innit? Wherever Luka and Kyrie are, I'm there, innit?
No, notice how you ain't been talking much this year. Especially, even Ash ain't said nothing this
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
Because Ash used to kill Kyrie.
Yeah.
Ash, last 2 years,
So you didn't watch the last episode?
No, I didn't.
Nah,
Did you think about
he brought it up.
No,
He apologized. But
I told you.
what's mad? Diva made a prediction
wild comment.
at the beginning of our very first pod.
man, them cook me.
He said Mavs
Deservedly.
are going to be first seed. They're not going to be first seed.
I don't first see that. I said they might get into the conference finals.
But
When they're on
they
job.
are looking very, very good at the moment.
I'm not gonna lie though. I've seen the highlights of some of their games. The games with the Pelicans, like bro, it was touch and goal, man.
Can I
That
be
game was
honest
touch and
with you?
goal.
Can I be honest with you? So that game with the Pels, MLK Day, so it came on a little earlier as well.
Mm.
So I watched that game. But I'm not gonna lie, like when I'm out, I do try and watch their games, innit? Yeah. Especially when they're good games, innit?
Yeah.
But it's the way I look at it, even as a Mavs fan, it's not sustainable.
It's
We had Kyrie and Timmy drop 40 each. Like
And
it's tough, you know.
I said on the last pod that I think Mavs are you're just too top heavy, in the sense of you've got. To be fair, I didn't expect this from Hardaway.
Yeah.
Well, he's normally around a 16 to
No,
18
but
point
you know
guy.
Hardaway, he's like our J.R. Smith. He's a microwave player.
Mm.
You put him in there, and it's like, and the thing is, yeah,
We're talking New York, J.R. Smith, though, not
Not
No,
Cavs, J.R. Smith.
not
No,
Cavs, J.R. Smith.
no, but even Cavs J.R. Smith was microwave kind of player, where it's like he'll do some boneheaded stuff where you're like, rah, but then he'll bail you out with like, you know, with his offense, because he's like, when he does get hot,
He's a bad
hot.
boy. He's a bad boy shooter. Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah. So he could pull you out. He could really bail you out. Do you know what I'm saying? And with Hardaway, I noticed that kind of comparison where it's like, there's times he digs us in a hole, innit? Yeah. He does some dumb stuff, but then he'll bail us out as well. So then it makes him look like he's epic, but really it's kind of like he's just one of those like microwave players. I like him though. And I feel like the Mavs, we need to keep him in it.
Yeah.
Like I've been talking to my boy about, you see OG, yeah. I wanted OG to come to us. I thought OG would have helped us
But then what would you have given
so
up for
much.
him?
Yeah. What would you have given up? What would you have given up for OG?
Grant can go. Yeah.
But
Wait, 1 second. Grant can go.
We really got a
I'm
five. We really got a five, and defensively, Grant
Nah.
he does his job defensively,
Sos, Grant can go.
bro. He crashes the boards like Grant.
Grant.
Wait, for who? Let me say that.
Grant. No, but like, let me rank it though.
Yeah.
I think Josh Green is our most tradable piece right now. Josh Green, is our most tradable piece. Josh Green, obviously, Powell, he's got dirt on Cuban because he's somehow still in the Mavs. I don't know how, yeah. But anyway, Josh Green, I think Hardy, I'm not going to lie. Hardy,
I let him go, yeah.
and then just like a few like little picks.
Couple, have we even got any picks?
In fact, for OG, I think that's enough. For OG, moving like we're getting LeBron or something. I think if we just get Josh Green, if we trade Josh Green and maybe a Grant Williams, you're saying no, if not him, then Hardy, put that in a little package and say OG or even Siakam. Because both
That's
of
what I
them,
was gonna say. Usually it should be after Siakam.
no, but the thing is with Siakam, defensively, he's decent, but he's not like elite. Like he still wants the ball in his hands as well. I feel like we've got enough offense. Luka, he works so well with shooters. All we need is shooters, bro. And I feel like OG can shoot the ball, but his main focus is defense. So OG
Yeah, exactly. He's good defensively.
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
Well, OG, obviously, we know OG's gone. And speaking of Siakam, obviously, just before we came on air, Siakam has been traded to the Pacers.
No way.
Yeah, he's gone.
Swear
Has it been confirmed?
Yeah,
When
yeah.
this
yeah.
happened?
Just before we came.
Oh, I didn't know.
Just
What are we
before
talking about?
Hey,
No.
breaking news. I didn't know this.
No, Siakam's gone to the
They got
Pacers.
BB. They got BB gun.
Okay, what
Bruce
was
Brown, something Noah, and 3 first-round picks have gone the other way.
Mm.
So Siakam is now off the table as well. But do you guys think that makes the Pacers better? I think it does.
I think that's a balanced trade. I'm
I
not
think
gonna
it
lie.
does.
I
I
think
think,
it
it makes
does.
them better. Let me look at their squad now.
I don't think anyone got fleeced.
It definitely makes them better because Bruce Brown didn't really fit their
No, he
system.
didn't.
No.
No, he didn't.
So, it's a shame. It's a shame Bruce Brown had to leave the
I would love
Nuggets
Bruce
to
Brown.
get paid, but obviously he went with the money. He had to go
He
and
needs to get paid though.
Yeah, yes, he
Yeah,
deserved.
yeah,
He
he had
deserved.
to get
He
paid.
deserved.
He don't care now. He's just
He's
trying to get paid now.
He
That's
deserved. He deserved to get paid.
No, but he's a young boy. Like
He's not that young, man.
No,
not
but
that
the young as in like he's just like what he just broke in really like 2 years
2
ago.
years
in
ago.
Brooklyn.
Yeah, at the
You
Nets.
know what I mean?
At the
So
Nets.
in
And
terms
he wasn't
of,
he wasn't touching the ball at all. The Nets, man.
at all, bro.
I actually used to call him BB gun.
That's why I still call him BB gun.
He's always been my guy.
BB gun. Yeah.
He's one of them guys that passed the eye test for me straight away
He's
when I was
cold,
watching him.
Yeah, the hustle.
But with the hustle and the heads up plays, the smarts plays,
Yeah.
the balls, and all of that kind of stuff. And then Kevin Durant shouting at him against the Celtics, and then he goes and drops 34, and Kevin Durant did nothing.
He shouldn't have said that though.
You know
What he
I'm
said.
saying?
What he
You owe
said.
that man, you still owe that man an apology.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Why
It's
you talking for? You're a role player. You're a role player. Why are you
it's
talking rough?
true. It's Kevin. He's Kevin
It's
Durant,
KD, bro. Like you're a role player. Don't be talking green.
That is-
Bro,
that is
the next game, Bruce Brown turned into Kevin
but like,
Durant.
you know,
and
no
Kevin
one's
Durant turned
saying-
into Bruce Brown.
Let me just say something. I don't think KD didn't never said, "Yo, Bruce Brown. You know what I mean? Don't go out and ball out. Don't go out and do your thing." But bro, like like the ball is a mental game as well, bro.
I
And
know.
you gonna start talking here, and the Celtics are hearing that they're thinking, right, all right, cool. Do you know what I mean? Like things can happen. So
Yeah, but
Just relax.
There's a better way to tell. You could have told him to relax. You told man to shut up.
you didn't tell him to shut up. You told him to relax.
All right. I just
I
want to
think it works for both teams personally.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Like, when you look at it.
good trade. We'll see what happens.
Mm.
Like obviously, Hallie is over there. He's been doing amazing so far this season. But we all know regular season just gets you to the land.
So much, yeah.
You need something.
What's gonna happen
in a postseason?
I'm just
postseason, yeah.
deep in. That's 3 All-Stars, you know. Well, 3 All-Star level players. You got Hallie, Brown, and Turner.
Turner.
Yeah,
I'm not Brown, sorry, Siakam
Siakam,
and
yeah.
Turner. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
But in the East,
and
But
the
is
good
that
coach.
really saying anything?
it doesn't take you
No,
over.
they're not ready yet.
It doesn't take you over Milwaukee. It doesn't
Milwaukee
take
or
you over.
Boston.
It doesn't take
You don't want to
It
see
doesn't
them in the
take
first
you
round, bro.
over Boston.
You don't want to see them in the first round, bro.
In terms
The
of
Pacers.
depth, yeah, I think Pacers can go machine for machine, as they say. Yeah, nah, they could do that with Sixers though. When you look at depth, though, they can deep it. They can.
They'll get cooked though.
They'll lose.
No,
They'll
no,
lose.
they might
They'll-
lose due to like playoff experience. You got MVP caliber, Embiid, and then you got Maxey as
Maxey
well,
is
who's
balling
like
out.
confident. Yeah,
Balling
yeah.
out, bro.
But I'm not gonna say they'll get cooked because again, when you look at their depth, bro, they got some shooters. They got some gunners, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
Yeah, Philly still got it to prove because in Maxey's not playoff seasons, and then Embiid doesn't. You all know statistically, Embiid doesn't perform as well in the playoffs.
Post,
in the
yeah.
playoffs.
So
That's fair.
he's got that to prove.
Talking about Sixers, obviously there was 3 really good games last night. First one was Sixers Nuggets. Obviously, it's
MVP game.
MVP versus MVP. I think Joel came out on top. 76ers won 126 to 121. I didn't personally catch the game.
Yeah.
I saw highlights of it, but
Okay.
it looked like Embiid was doing his thing.
Can I be real though?
Yeah.
It's like I was a bit balanced, you know, because obviously you see the stats: Embiid 41, Jokic 25, but then I'm looking, Jokic has 19 rebounds, bro.
Yeah.
And
That's huge,
Embiid, that ended Embiid's streak of 30 and 10. Embiid only had I think he had 6 or 7 rebounds.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I think
Obviously-
he had 40 and he had
No,
41
he had
and 10.
10 assists. But they were 10
Oh,
assists.
yeah.
So like, it's like, yes, Embiid, that's impressive, but at the same time, you're a big man, and my man was chopping 19 boards
No,
on your
I'll
head.
tell you, I watched the game.
And he had 11 offensive rebounds.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. What happened?
That's work.
Right,
That's work, though.
right.
That's serious,
Yeah.
bro.
What both coaches did, they schemed for the big man. So on defense,
Yeah.
Jokic and Embiid weren't guarding each other.
That's true.
Okay.
So what happens when Embiid's got the bringing the ball up, he's being guarded by Harris, and when Jokic is bringing the ball up, Jokic is being guarded by Harris,
Yeah.
and Embiid is being guarded by
What, Porter?
no, the big black skin guy, the dunker,
Oh, Aaron Gordon.
Ivan Gordon.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's your initial guard,
Cool.
and then both teams are running offensive schemes
Yeah.
to where they're trying to get the switch.
Okay.
Most of the time
Yeah.
they're switching onto the big onto a guard so they can shoot over.
Okay.
So
Okay.
where Jokic is getting all those rebounds is because Embiid's on the perimeter guarding
Yeah.
the shot.
Yeah.
And then Jokic is cleaning up on offensive boards. About half of his rebounds were offensive boards. He had seven offensive rebounds in the first half.
But then Ash, doesn't that just then work the other way? Because then
Yeah, but the Sixers was getting buckets.
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fair. That's fair.
Like
bro.
that's fair.
the Denver, they had way more second chance points and things like that.
Okay.
And then even some of his rebounds was like tap, miss, tap,
Yeah, he does
tap
like
again.
doing that.
So it's like three rebounds
he
in
does-
one.
Okay.
So
He does
that,
like doing that. Yeah.
that's what was going on. So it wasn't like
So it wasn't a duel. So
it wasn't
to speak.
a direct.
They weren't
it wasn't a direct
guarding
duel.
each
other.
It was
Yeah.
more of a who's gonna play better.
Like, you see
And
when
then
you-
what happened in the
Yeah.
fourth? It was about 7 minutes something. They looked at each other on the bench.
Yeah.
Jokic checked in, Embiid checked in, and then
okay.
Embiid went to work. He was hitting these shots,
Yeah.
and it was mostly perimeter shots. He wasn't really down on the block or anything.
That's his
and
game,
then-
to be honest.
Murray was trying to close. He kept turning over, and Jokic had a couple of turnovers. So the 76ers just executed better down the stretch.
Okay.
But it was both teams were going for it. But
Yeah.
I think Embiid cared a bit more than Jokic. I'll be honest.
Yeah, but
I'll be honest.
You know what? He would care though, because obviously, one, you can't lie. Going into the game, everyone's looking at Jokic as the best player, not Embiid. Really and truly,
He said it himself.
Finals MVP, exactly.
I don't think he needed to say that though. Like,
Yeah.
he didn't
That
say
one, I felt
right,
like
yeah.
he's trying to duck a little
Yeah,
bit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I
he's the
don't
best
like
player. Why are you saying that, bro?
Yeah, don't say that, because
Yeah.
you didn't have the energy last season.
Exactly,
Don't say
yeah,
that. Don't say
yeah.
that. But secondly, as well, I feel like with Jokic as well, everyone was kind of accusing Embiid of like ducking. Because if you remember the last few games last season, it was Embiid that would choose to sit out,
Yeah.
and Jokic would be playing. So everyone was kind of, that narrative was already starting to
So why you
build up a
ducking?
bit.
Why you ducking?
That's what I'm saying. So I
Set
think-
a man's king being. Anyway, let me not.
You know what I mean?
Let me not
So I
start.
think
that.
that's why for him, he took it a
Yeah.
bit personal. Like, okay, you know what? This game, circled on the calendar, I started the season and said, yeah, I need to make sure.
I said that
I'm
in the
in
group.
that game.
I said that in the group. He probably circled that game and just started
Yeah.
the season.
For real.
Whereas
Yeah.
Jokic don't give a toss.
No,
Yeah, Jokic is-
it's not the Philly game that he needs to circle. It's when you go to Denver, those are the games he keeps skipping. The high altitude games. So they're
Ooh, I
there
never
in
thought
they're
of
there
that,
in
you
2
know.
weeks.
I never thought of that.
Oh, they're there in 2 weeks.
So-
yeah.
Yeah.
Embiid, keep your word. You told Jokic to see him in 2 weeks.
But
Go
is
and see
it-
him in 2 weeks.
Is it a back-to-back though?
I don't know what it is,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
whatever it is,
But then you don't play the first, you play the second. Whichever way it is,
Yeah.
you play the,
just make
you
sure
play
you're
the
there.
first. You make sure you play.
Yeah, makes
Against
you play,
Denver. The next game was Suns Kings. Kings were up 22. Suns went on a 32-8 run. To
Triple
bring
threat.
back-
I saw something. Oh, sorry, Matt.
No, go on.
Yeah, so I saw something. I watched a bit of the first and second quarter, and I watched the fourth quarter on replay. Well, really, we're going to speak about the fourth quarter because that's when the Suns made their run.
Yeah.
I saw something from the Suns that I haven't seen all season, which was I saw defensive intensity. I saw an actual coaching scheme for once from Vogel where he put KD at the 5, and then they pressured the ball. They switched everything. You know what I mean? So I haven't seen. Normally, when the Suns are down, they just give up. They throw in the towel. I saw some intensity. You know what I mean? And then with that defensive intensity, which is what we saw in preseason, which is looking like, let's get stops, let's get out fast. That's why we don't need a point guard. We get out fast, we get in transition, swing, hit the open man. We can all make shots. And that's what they were doing. I think there was a time where KD made back-to-back threes, then Eric Gordon made a 3. And in that same time, they had 2 blocks, a strip, 3 turnovers. Like, it was really intense. They suffocated
Is
the
that
Kings.
sustainable? But okay, that's one game.
Yeah.
Is that sustainable going forward in a playoff series, 7 games. Can Suns play like that and win?
I think it depends who they're playing.
The intensity needs to be there from the first
It
quarter.
depends on who they're playing, but again,
Yeah.
like, the intensity will change in the post.
Can I
in the
be real?
postseason.
Yeah,
You're playing half court sets, bro. You're not gonna be able to run and gun like how Ashley's describing
It wasn't run and gun. It was for them because they were stopping the Kings from easy baskets. They could then play in transition.
Okay.
So that would work in playoffs or not in playoffs. But I'm talking just about the mindset and the intensity and the
That's-
hard work.
That's the thing.
We're just relying on talent.
That's the thing. We see with the Kings, yeah, they're one of those teams where it doesn't surprise me. Do you know what I'm saying? Because especially in the playoffs as well, they just have that little brother kind of vibe to them. Whereas like,
Yeah, but-
okay, yeah, we're gonna try in it, but if you really start to put on us, then we're just gonna like
Yeah,
lay
yeah.
over. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we know. Golden State showed them.
You know what I mean? And I feel
Showed
like
them.
even what's the other team as well that's up there? Timberwolves, bro. I feel like they're gonna show that this year as well.
Do you know what?
Anthony Edwards is a different.
But do you know why I feel sorry for the
I think
Timberwolves?
Shea's different, bro.
Do you know why I feel sorry for
Yeah,
the Timberwolves?
I agree.
Because of if you look at the play-ins, who's there now? You've got Lakers, you've got Suns,
Yeah.
you've got there's one other.
West is mad, man.
big- Timberwolves are gonna win.
That's just unfair.
Timberwolves
bro.
Could
might
even be
end up-
Dallas. Could be
Unfair,
Mavs.
Timberwolves might end up being first seed and end up meeting Suns first round.
Yeah, they
You're
could.
going home.
Yeah, they
like-
could.
I don't know.
You're going home.
I don't know, man.
The final game was Clippers Thunder. Obviously, Clippers have been on an absolute tear.
Yeah.
Thunder have been playing really well. Before we get into the game, I had a question to ask. Obviously, we all know there was the trade that happened, I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago. Paul George
Yeah.
went to Clippers. Shea went the other way
Yeah.
with picks. The
Yeah.
picks included...
Did PG go as well?
Paul George.
Yeah, that's what he said.
He did, yeah.
That's
It was
what I'm
Yeah, that's what he
Paul,
said. PG
it was
went
Paul
to-
George for Shea.
For Shea,
For Shea.
basically.
Oh, okay.
For Shea and picks.
And picks, but the picks
Yeah.
included...
They had
They had someone
Shea,
else
so
as
someone
well.
else was Shea.
Someone else as well. though.
I meant
can't remember.
CP3.
Yeah.
Sorry, not
No,
PG.
no.
No.
Even
But,
after.
CP3 played with Shea for a bit.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Then he went Suns, innit? Yeah.
Yeah.
they had the picks, which basically was Chet Holmgreen. So before we get into the actual
Sorry,
game,
by the way, I don't think that pick was Chet, you know? Was that pick Chet? Chet was number 1 pick.
No, but it wasn't Chet.
no, but they had multiple picks.
No,
though.
it wasn't Chet. It was like Williams and them, man. It was
But
like.
then they have.
I had to go back.
But wasn't
it-
it multiple?
They had multiple picks,
No,
but I don't know if it was in
Yeah,
that,
so
it
it
was in that
would've been
draft.
Giddy,
but I
Giddy
think
Williams.
I
whoever.
went Jalen Williams or one of the Williams,
Or
bro.
what
was
about
in
Giddy?
that.
It was in the pick, okay.
What about Giddy?
Nah, Giddy got picked. Giddy was like one of the. I think Giddy's one of their oldest, you know. In
I'm
terms
not
of
Yes.
like-
even sure.
Yeah, yeah.
But was he not after the trade?
I believe
But
he was.
The point
The point
is,
is,
they had a lot of picks.
Yeah.
With Shea,
who won?
and who won that trade?
OKC won, but Clippers didn't get bumped. Does that make sense?
Can we say OKC won? What if Clippers go ahead and win the chip?
That's why I
This
don't
season.
think they didn't get bumped, because I think if Shea's in Clippers right now, I don't think he would have
His
been able to show
potential, yeah.
what he's showing now. He wouldn't, bro. He wouldn't.
He would because
But no, because we were playing with Kawhi was there, innit?
it would have been Kawhi and
him-
Shea.
Shea,
Yeah, it would have been Kawhi and Shea, yes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the pressure on the Clippers organization to be like, this is not enough.
Need
we
to win now.
more. That's what I'm saying. 100%. They would have like
But Shea,
tried leverage a trade. And,
Shea was
yeah.
already shown he's that guy before he got traded.
No, he didn't though.
He was, man.
No,
he
in
was, man.
Clippers, he showed he was like how
He was doing what Maxi's doing now.
no, he was like no, that's a
Yeah.
stretch. That's a
He was doing
I'm
what
not
Maxi
gonna
is
lie.
doing now. bro.
I don't remember- I don't remember-
I'm not gonna lie, yeah.
You might want better
I
attention.
didn't really look at
No,
Shea
I don't remember
no,
Shea
You might want better
until the
attention,
trade
bro.
until he went to OKC.
Yeah,
I went listening to.
brother.
Do you know how hard he was for us last season?
Yeah, yeah,
Or
yeah.
how Maxi was like maybe a season ago or 2 seasons ago.
When he went
yeah?
getting
Whereas like
getting
yo,
the
this
run.
this young boy
you're
can
good,
play, you
you're
know?
good.
Yeah,
but like,
we weren't looking at him like
because
he's
he wasn't getting the run that
Like,
he's
let's
getting.
So
be
innit?
how does he get traded for Paul George if he's
With
not
the potential.
No, but he had there's
with a bagger pick him.
there's picks, bro.
Yeah, let me.
still
You know,
doing
we're
this.
we're
yeah, but
speculating.
you got to make up the money and the
Him,
contract.
and I know there's someone else in there, like a next, like maybe Bertans or one of them. I don't know. I'm not saying
Yeah, but that's
Bertans,
money, innit?
But one, you know that kind of
That
player.
player, I know who you're
That
talking.
kind of
yeah.
player, one of them men were packaging that deal 100%. It wasn't just Shea and picks, because that would have been enough. It was Shea, someone else, and some picks.
People were saying at the time that the Clippers should not have made that trade, but it's what Kawhi wanted, so they had to go and do.
No,
it.
but it's
Everybody knew this is what Shea was going to. This was like when OKC lost Harden.
Let's see. Let's
Gallinari
Gallinari. You see that?
yeah.
And Gallinari at the time
and
still
several
had,
first round picks.
Yes, that's what I
You
said.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it,
There was several first. You know what?
Yeah, but remember, Shea was
it
on a rookie
translates.
contract, so you have to make Gallinari's on big money back then, and then you got you got to balance the trade money wise. So you just have to make
It's
the
one of
business.
them, man.
So-
And you know Paul George is leaving, so you have to trade him.
Yeah, but
And they demanded that they get Shea.
My thing is that I think at this point in time right now,
Yeah.
I can't say any team has won
Yeah.
that trade.
We're still looking into the
looking
future.
like, yeah.
I think
OKC
won it.
but I would
OKC won
say-
that trade because
They won, bro.
at the end of the day, the Clippers is win now, win or bust, and they're 4 years in,
Yeah,
and Paul George is always injured.
That's what
Okay.
that's the only thing I would say. I would
But-
say OKC probably have the upper hand in
And
that trade.
who's the better player, Shea or Paul George?
Who's a better player?
Who's the better player?
right now it's
Shea,
because
but
Shea's
overall,
MVP.
Paul George is a better
That's what
player.
I'm saying.
Bro,
That's
I've-
all.
No, but one second.
what are we
Here's
talking about?
Over those 4 years, Shea has been better than Paul George.
No,
Behave, man. So you saying? Wait, are you saying
No,
Paul George is a better player than Shea, Shea is a better player than Paul
Shea is
George?
a better player than Paul
Bro, he's
George.
not. He's not a better player than
Yes,
Paul
he
George.
is.
No,
He
he's not.
is.
Let me tell you something.
Let-
This is where you're making. This is the thing. There's nuances in this. Yeah, Shea is having the better season than Paul George.
That's it. Yeah.
Yes.
100%.
He's been better
We-
seasons.
wait.
If you've had 3 better seasons,
Wait,
than that guy,
let
you're
him-
better than
let him
him.
land, let him
Let him
land,
land.
let him land.
bro. But yeah, why I'm saying OKC might have won the trade in terms of it's looking great for them right now, but Clippers didn't get bumped is because Paul George, as an overall player with the playoff experience, yes, cool, he's gone missing the playoffs sometimes. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but he redeemed himself. Like literally, when he went missing in the bubble, the next season they went Western Conference Finals. So
lost.
yeah, and lost, but they got there, bro. That was a big thing for them to get over that hump to get there. Paul George, yeah, with Paul George fits the Clippers better, especially in a playoff run, than what Shea would. Do you know what I'm saying? And at the same time, if you leave Paul George in OKC, they won't have that same kind of energy that they got right now. They got the momentum going right now.
Because Shea's better than Paul
They're
George.
all young as well. Like that fit matters.
Shea's a young
It's like the
boy.
Memphis youth.
Shea's a young boy. Shea's a shooting guard. Shea has the keys, bro. He's got complete range. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Clippers, on the other hand, Paul George, Kawhi. Now you've brought in Harden. Paul George.
You got Westbrook.
It fits,
Yeah.
bro. And you see, it's been working.
It works.
I'm not saying it's not working, but I'm just saying Shea is a better
What
basketball player.
what
than
I'll say to that, Asher, what I'll say to that is
Paul George has had his injuries, which has hurt his talent, his overall ability to
But-
be the best he can
Bro,
be.
people,
I recognize
people
that.
around the league say talent-wise, Paul George is probably one of the best players there is. Talent-wise alone.
Paul
Two
George,
ways.
he's a high
Bro.
caliber Swiss Army knife. But
No,
those players don't win. Those players don't win you
you're-
chips.
You're violating him now. You're calling him a high caliber Bruce Brown, bro. You're
Yeah.
violating him. You're violating him now.
What are you
Now-
talking
about?
Now you're violating.
What are you talking about?
That's Bruce Brown, Nas Reed, them kind of man. You're violating him, bro.
You're calling Paul George BB gun.
No,
Those guys are not. Those guys are role players.
no.
They're
Do
not
you
Swiss
know
Army
what it is?
knives.
Do you know what it is? Yeah.
Is LeBron not a Swiss Army
Do
knife?
you know what it is?
He's a diamond Swiss Army knife.
Hey, bro, Steve.
Am I wrong?
LeBron
is a diamond
I don't
Swiss
know
Army
about
knife,
this, bro.
If
Ash, I don't know about
If
this.
you're playing 2K, if you're playing 2K, cool. Shay's gonna have the higher rating. No one will debate that.
Brother,
But would you say, and this is where it goes in,
NBA first teams. Where's Paul
Paul
George?
George is not the number one in the Clippers. Shay's the number one for OKC. Is Paul George a better number 2 or possibly 3 than Shea being a number 1 in OKC? And that's the lens I'm looking at it from. I'm not looking at it as
So you're proving my point.
No,
Shea-
he's talking about.
Shea
No,
is
no, what he's saying, he's
no.
making sense.
no, but I'm
And I
talking
say this
about
all the
fit.
time because people will say like,
Yeah.
because they'll call Kyrie, for instance, but he's the butler or whatever.
He's the number
but,
2.
but guess what? He's a number 3. Bro, he'll come to your team with a certain team. I'm not calling any teams. He'll be better than your number 1.
Yeah.
So teams, basically, I judge players based on circumstances. What are the pieces around you? You know what I'm saying? So you can't say like, bro, because Shay's killing it as a number 1 option, that we're gonna then look at, Paul George, you're not even number 1 in your own team.
Brother,
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? Like,
bro, 'cause it's
twos
about the
don't
fit.
talk to ones, bro.
No,
Shay's built for 1. Twos
Okay.
don't talk to ones, bro. Threes don't talk to twos.
Okay, bro,
What's it?
if Clippers and OKC get in the playoff series and Clippers beat them,
Yeah.
are you gonna change your perspective and now say, Clippers won that trade? You put like,
No,
that's a good question.
everything is
Clippers win that trade. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't think they can win the trade because for me, if Clippers win the chip, this is based on the Harden trade. For me personally, that's my angle.
Yeah, but Paul George being there as a piece is still going to be
That's
something.
significant. That's going to be significant.
Paul
Yeah.
George isn't just a quick 3-and-D guy, you know. He's not just a quick role player.
Paul George is an excellent basketball player.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, in my opinion, Shea is a better basketball player, and OKC won that trade. The trade that's going, the trade that's going to put the Clippers over the hill, and let's say they won, because even the NBA analytics are saying that the finals is going to be Clippers, Boston. So let's say it goes like that, and Harden finally turns up in the playoffs,
Boston ain't making
and they win. Then for me, then you can say the Clippers won that trade because of the hardware. But even me, that's still based on the Harden trade. It's not based on the Paul George trade.
No, but Paul George being there as a fit, bro.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, bro. Yeah. Because like you have to look at it now. If Shea was there instead of Paul George, in the Clippers, bro. Let's see how the Clippers do going forward with the season and stuff, yeah. But if Clippers do well, it's not going to be easy to say, oh yeah, put Shea there and Clippers will have the same success.
I'm not saying that. I just think Shea has. For the duration of their trade, Shea has outperformed Paul George.
For the duration of the last 4 years,
and he's still getting better.
Shane's been in the league 5 years, 6 years.
He's still getting better.
No, you can't. I find it's a difficult comparison to me, man. It's a difficult one.
Yeah, because they don't play the same position.
No, but at the end of the day, it's circumstance, bro. Like I don't know. It's like comparing. And I know it's a bit of a stretch, but it's like comparing Brunson moving to the Knicks versus Bruce Brown going to Denver Nuggets, bro, and then going. Let's say those two had a trade, and those two, and one went on to win a championship, and it's like the number 3 or 4 guy on the team or whatever, and the others are number 1 there. Obviously, who's had the better season? Brunson had the better season. We know Brunson might be the better, like we'll have better stats, basically, But in terms of a fit.
Fem.
I don't care about the fit. I'm just comparing how they play.
Let me just say something, Bro, it's disrespectful, to compare, Shea to Paul George. Like, bro, look at the stats on this guy's career.
Bullets.
Like, bro, like, come on,
bro. It's mad.
Like, I think it's disrespectful, bro. Like, what we're having this.
That's probably one of your worst takes ever, bro.
It's like what? Like, Shea's better than Paul George.
Shea's already got NBA all first team. Paul George has never had that in his career.
Wait, stop.
Yeah, and then he's definitely getting it again.
And that
this
makes
year.
him better than Paul
He's
George.
getting it again this year.
And that makes him better than Paul George.
Paul George has got how many All Stars? 1, 2.
Thing. Bro, it's voting, bro. Like, come on, let's be real, bro.
Is he the guy that guns for Kyrie?
Actually, he's got one first team. He's got one.
To be fair,
I apologize. He's got one first team. He's got one first team.
Bro,
no, listen. The thing about the Shea put I don't think there's what you have to do is we're gonna have to wait a while, let their careers end
to see who actually won the trade.
And say, rah. Do you know what? For their careers, Shea was better or Paul George was better.
Can I be 100?
But that's not the argument. The argument is who's got the better of the trade. And I've said since the trade, Shea has outperformed Paul George. Yes or no?
But the thing is, OKC made the trade because they eventually wants to win.
Yeah.
If they don't win with Shea, what happens
did the
then?
Clippers. The Clippers made the trade because they want to win.
Yeah,
now they want to win now.
I hear you.
And they haven't won.
The window's
they're still in the window. Yeah, they're still in the window. Yeah.
They've at least hit Western Conference Finals. So at least like if you look at it, if you look at the map, you could be like, okay, you know what? We're getting closer.
Yeah.
Cool. We just this piece away. That's it.
It's like, what are the reasons for the trade?
But you have to understand the experience, It's so key in terms of experience of like the core of a team.
Of course.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Look at Denver.
Yeah.
The experience of Jokic and Murray being together for years, building that core. It's just like if you do bring in the next man, they brought in Bruce Brown, they brought in Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, those are the big pieces. Which I'm saying the Harden trade.
So Harden's a piece.
Is the piece.
It's the piece. Good, but again, the core was built with Paul George and Kawhi, and that takes years to build. Just like with Murray and Jokic, you're not going to now say, you know what?
You don't get that liberty. Paul George doesn't get that liberty. If you put Kawhi and Paul George on the team, it's win now. KD don't get that liberty. LeBron and AD don't get that liberty. Like, when you make trades like that, it's win now, bro.
I hear what you're saying.
Actually picking and choosing, though.
Look at the Suns.
You're actually picking and choosing.
Not win now.
Actually picking and choosing to say, they've got to win now, because Paul George.
The Suns don't have to win now.
No, bro, they've got a window.
No,
They have to win now.
They've got a window.
but
They've
I
got a
don't- I
don't
window.
believe
They've
they
still
do.
got window.
They've got a
Even
window.
even
I don't believe
Giannis
they
and Dame, they've got a window. Like
But
it's
you know,
what it is.
but what I was saying,
It might not be a big window, but
Yeah,
it's got a window.
they've got a
Like,
window.
Giannis and Dame, they have like 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
To make
Wait.
something happen.
Ash, wait, what I was saying is like we always talk about, right, if you put these three players together, they have to win now. But you also have to look at what is around the league, bro.
Yeah.
You have to look at what's around the league. Like you're saying Kawhi and Paul George should have won. Should they have won over LeBron and AD at the same time? Because remember, they're together at the same time.
Yeah.
So should Kawhi and Paul George win over Bron and AD?
Circumstances.
Yeah.
I don't think so, bro.
It's
I
circumstances,
don't think
bro.
so.
Mm.
Like it is.
circumstances.
Remember, this is Claw coming off the chip at Toronto,
Right.
and you pick up Paul
But
George,
should
who
But
is a
then
better
Kawhi-
player than Anthony
then
Davis.
Should they
Kawhi-
win? Should they win over Steph, Clay at the time, and Draymond at Golden State? Should they win over? Should those two win at the time?
And you have
Brother,
to-
it's not about what's around the league. It's
It is
the
though.
franchise gave away their whole future to trade for you. So it's win now. That's the demand.
Well, circumstances.
No,
like,
no,
what's
no,
around
no,
the
no,
league?
no, no.
Like,
Ash,
and this
that
conversation,
was-
to be
The
fair,
circumstance at the
to-
time was we got Kawhi, we got PG.
No, but you have to apply some
yeah,
context as
everybody's
well,
only
bro.
got everybody's
be-
only got a big two.
to be
You gotta
fair
win
to
now.
Ash, though, we don't take circumstances into these conversations a lot enough. I feel
True.
like sometimes,
Fair.
like some of these times when we'll judge people on like, oh well, he didn't win. Then, but like, what are the pieces? What's going on?
Bro,
Yeah.
We don't do that. We don't when we have these
Look what the
conversations. We don't
Clippers
look
gave
at
up to
those.
get
Clippers
Paul
were
George to
just-
win.
What's around them?
Clippers were just, I can't remember the playoff series, yeah, but I know it was just before Western Conference Finals. Clippers were just about to win this series, bro, yeah? Kawhi collapses his knee. You remember?
Yeah,
And-
yeah.
well,
That's why it was a bad trade.
No. How can you say that's context?
Because
Alright.
you've got Kawhi and you've got PG, who are
Kawhi
both
was just
injury
about
prone.
to,
They're
like,
both injury
them
prone. So
man-
keep shade.
It was like unanimous. Our Clippers are getting through them. It's going to be, I think, maybe we might have, nah, it wasn't the bubble, but maybe it was the year after.
2021.
Yeah, who made Western Conference Finals? Was it the Suns and that?
Suns and
Suns and
It might have been Mavs, you know?
Was it 2021?
Might have
yeah.
been Mavs.
No, that wasn't the finals though. That wasn't Western Conference Finals. I'm trying to remember who it was. Anyway, there was one where Clippers were literally looking like favourites, bro, yeah, to at least get to the Western Conference Finals, if not win the West. Kawhi has a mad performance, bro, yeah. I think he dropped like 40 something, yeah. And literally after the game, he just tells his teammates quietly,
Yeah, man.
"Yeah, you man, I got something." You know?
I remember he broke his
My
knee.
knees.
Yeah, he broke his
Yeah,
knee.
yeah. And it's context because like if they did,
Yeah, it was Clippers and Suns.
it was Clippers and Suns, innit?
Mm.
And because I remember Suns were like in the Western Conference Finals that year, and people were looking, or maybe they might have even made the finals that year. That's when
That's when Bucks. That's when Giannis
then
won.
when-
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
you understand what I'm saying? It was wide open that year, and even people were looking at the Suns here. They were in the finals, but we weren't really looking at them like, oh, they're
They
like
were
an
top of the
amazing team.
West.
They're gonna
They
win.
were top of the West, bro. They was
bro.
Suns was
Right,
mad in that
Bro,
year, bro.
Let's be real, bro. CP3 and Booker, we're not looking at them like,
Brother,
yeah,
they
we're gonna win
were they were two up in the finals, and
Nah.
and Booker and Chris Paul got injured, so you
Nah,
can't say that.
And even the
You can't
Bucks,
say
and
that.
even the Bucks being in the finals was even questioned as well because of obviously
The injuries to the
KD.
Nets.
Yeah, exactly. KD, Kyrie, Harden, them times. So, bro, you have to look at it. The field was wide that year. The field was wide open. Bro.
Circumstance. But
You know what I'm
I don't want to stick on
Yeah.
this topic for too long.
yeah.
Obviously, the game last night, Clippers ended up beating OKC. There was a there's a highlight of that game when I don't know the guy's name. He stripped Harden and took one bounce from half court.
yeah.
Payson Wallace.
He took one bounce from half court.
The young
and-
boy.
and
Yeah.
laid
I
up.
saw it was two
I saw
bounces.
that
you know.
still.
Do you man think that was a travel?
It looked like a travel. We took 4 steps, and then what's the? Do you know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. I get rumbled on what's a travel.
It's
now.
the
What's
guy.
not.
It's a
It's
the
a
Gavin step.
Gavin step is one step.
Yeah,
bro.
it's
It's
fine.
four.
If it looks good, it's not a travel. That's the rule. That's the rules, bro. I haven't even seen the clip, but
Honestly,
if it looks good, it's not a travel. That seems to be the rules.
It looks like a travel, innit? Like
It looks like a travel, man.
I didn't see any slow mos. It's literally just quick bleach
Quick,
report on
yeah,
Instagram,
Yeah,
and I'm like, yeah, that's a travel, man. Keep scrolling.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It looked like a travel.
It did look like a travel. I'm not gonna lie. And plus, like when you deep it from half court, yeah, if
2
you
steps.
if you push the ball up,
Mm.
then yeah, like you could potentially.
I
go
see
get
Giannis
that
do
done,
it.
yeah. No, but that's,
Giannis'
that's
steps
Giannis,
are
bro.
Yeah.
correct.
But that's what I'm saying. But you see, with Wallace, yeah, when he took that first dribble, and that's what I paid attention to. His first dribble after the half, he was only like
It's in front
only
of
a
them.
little bit,
In
only a
front
little
of
bit
him.
in front of him. So for me, I'm like, that's a travel because I'm like small boy like you. There's no way.
It's not Wemby. You're not Wemby. You're not
They're
Wemby.
taking them big boy steps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're not taking them steps, bro. So yeah, no, definitely travel.
Cool. anyway, I want to move on. I want to talk about the rookies for this year. Now, going into the season, like, I think the rookies that were really talked about was your Chet, who redshirted from last year, Wemby, obviously, and Scoot Henderson. But I think looking around the league, there's been a lot of rookies who have done like
100%.
amazingly well.
Yeah, for real.
So, like, you know, you take Miami Jackson Jr. or whatever his name is,
Harkes or something. Yeah.
Harkes Jr. or whatever. Even
He's in a dunk contest, you know. That one blew my mind, bro. I'm like,
is he?
I swear on this.
Jacques Jr. is in a dunk contest.
He's gonna be in a dunk contest.
I know
was like,
Wemby's doing skills.
Skills
Yeah.
challenge.
I was scratching my head, bro. I'm like, I was like, how?
Dunk.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I ain't seen
But
that
bro,
ever.
hold on, wait. Last year the dunk contest, they had a guy from G League.
That's what I don't even remember the dunk contest.
Yeah,
That's
so
what I'm
It might
it's
as
been
well
kind of
get-
it's been kind of
They
weak.
need to get my guy Joey in there. Shout out Royal Guard. They need to get him in the dunk contest, bro. They need to.
So then you've got
Aaron
like,
Gordon. They need to get Aaron Gordon back.
You might as
He
well
deserves
have
a
men
win.
that aren't in the NBA in the dunk contest at this point. If you had to sign a G Leaguer to a 10-day just so
Yeah,
they can be in
in
the
the
dunk contest,
yeah.
what do you think is that's the
Yeah.
direction? To
Yeah.
be honest,
You have like Brandon Podomski at Golden State. He's playing he's playing really
he's
well.
cooking still.
And they've got I can't remember his name. Trey Jackson Jr. or something
Trey
like
Jackson
that.
Jr.
Yeah.
Washington are kicking themselves there, boy.
They got,
Yeah.
they got a few man. Even my man from
The Thompson
Oh.
brother, one of the Thompson brothers, it's not a saw, amen. One of them.
yeah,
One of them doing
Amen.
really well.
The Houston one's cooking.
Yeah.
The Pistons one is good, but it's just he's on the Pistons.
He's on the Pistons.
Who got drafted first? The Pistons.
Nah, amen. Houston
Houston.
was
Yeah.
drafted first.
Yeah. So like it's like, is this draft pick gonna be one of those? Is this draft gonna be one of those drafts where you come back in a few years and think that was actually a very deep class?
I think so, you know.
100%.
I think
Yeah,
so.
I think so,
Yeah.
100%.
There's a lot of good players there.
Because I'm looking at there's about 8-9 guys, and I'm like, really, like you said, they was pushing Wemby, Scoot, and Chet because he redshirted.
Yeah.
The only time I heard about Brandon Miller really is because KD said the Hornets got the steal of the draft,
And it was on podcast.
and
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah.
So now you're looking at Lively.
I forgot.
He
Lively.
passed the eye test straight away for me.
Yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
him.
Like you said, this guy, the Heat, Jacques
Jr.
come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Podominski,
Yeah.
good.
There's a few guys
There's
missing
one more.
out.
There's one more. You got the twins,
Yeah.
and then there's one more player I'm missing.
There's a-
Right, you said Brandon Miller.
Yeah, I said Brandon. There's
Yeah.
one more player I'm missing though.
There's a guy, bro. That's cold, bro. I saw him the other day. I said, no, this guy can't ball.
What team?
It's got game.
Who
I'm trying to remember the team, bro.
the guy? So Golden State
Ah.
played Memphis.
There's a dude from
recently.
Wizards, bro. He got mad hustle. What's his name? Koulibaly or something. You know the guy who played with Wemby in
Yeah,
France?
there's a
France.
yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. That guy got
They were
good
drafted
defense
from the
still.
same
Let me get his name.
team.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's a rookie. I don't know if this guy's a rookie, but there's a guy who played Memphis.
No, Bilal. Yeah, no, he's a rookie.
No, he's talking about the Memphis guy. What?
Yeah.
The guy that dropped 20 something the other
23.
day.
I don't know if he's a rookie though.
I think he got signed to. I think he got one of those. What do you call it again, bro? Got picked up from the G League.
Two-way.
Yeah, two-way. Yeah, it was on a two-way.
So would he still be classed as a rookie?
Well, he's still a rookie.
Because he was
Yo,
shooting
that's another nigga.
He
who
was
got ball.
shooting
Sorry.
out of this world.
Lights out.
Yo, shout out Keontae George from the Jazz, bro. That guy
This
can
guy,
ball.
Bilal Coulibaly.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Keontae George can ball still.
Yeah.
Like, he's gonna be one of them guys.
So
in
it's
2
like
years.
that. Even though
Yeah.
Game 7, yeah.
even though this draft, like everyone was really talking about Wemby and where he would be, it looks like this has been a really, really
Open
good
that
draft.
again.
Draft, yeah.
One
I
more
think
guy
we
as
won't know
well.
for at least 10 years. Sorry, bro.
Not 10,
No,
no,
it's
5 or
We're
6.
5-10 years, yeah.
One more guy's a problem. I'll be watching these games, innit? Yeah. One more guy's a problem. What do you know about Jordan Hawkins from the Pelicans? He's a problem. You might know that.
No, not
Nah,
really.
He's good, bro.
I
He's
watch
like,
him.
the potential you could really see.
I'm
it.
like
He's
Charles
there.
Barkley. Charles Barkley, like, who that?
Yeah, who that? Who we play for? Yeah. No, even like
I ain't watching no
against
Pelicans
Mavs,
games.
yeah.
Yeah.
In that game, that Mavs game, it was him that was really starting to like
Driving offense.
bring the yeah.
Yeah,
Hawkins is cold
yeah.
still.
Yeah,
He's more-
I've like I said that this in the last few years I've been pleasantly surprised with this draft class, with the quality of basketball, like the acumen,
Yeah.
of this draft class. It's not just that they're stats wise or anything. It's the eye test, the things that they're doing.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? It's quality basketball.
We're gonna look back and be like, this is a great draft class because even it's giving me 2020 vibes because 2020 there was only really like in the first year there was maybe like 2 where you look at. I think like 2020 was like LaMelo's year.
Yeah, where we drafted from home.
Yeah, LaMelo. Yeah.
Wait,
That was crazy.
wait. They had that guy from the Pistons, and I thought he was going to be good, and he's been wet, man.
Duran.
What's the
Wiseman.
Nah. That wasn't Wiseman. Was that Wiseman?
Wiseman was drafted to the Golden State, bro.
Yeah.
Melo was number 2, right?
Melo-
Wiseman was 2.
Who was Wiseman was number 1.
Edwards was 1, bro.
My bad. Edwards was number 1. Yeah, Wiseman was 2. Yeah,
Wiseman was 2. Melo was
3.
Yeah.
So he's the Pistons guy they drafted, and I thought like he's a guard.
Yeah, I forgot his name. His face in my head. Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
He's been wet, man.
He was a complete bust. But the thing is, if you look at 2020, after that first year, it was like, okay, there's maybe 2 or 3 guys that we could look at and say, yeah, they could go, yeah. But then the year after, all these guys start appearing. Baines in that draft. All these guys, they just start coming out. And I think that's what's going to be like for this year, where it's like, we look at Wemby, we look at Chet, we look at...
Chet, I keep saying Chet, this is not Chet's year.
No,
it's not his class, yeah.
No, but you get my
I'm just saying, like, when we was there.
He redshirted, bro. He's a rookie.
But it's not, bro, they're not going to... When they're talking about draft class, that's not his draft class.
So you've got
Look at the names.
Edwards, Wiseman, who's been a bust. Lamelo Ball, Patrick Williams, Isaac Okoro, Killian Hayes.
Before they got
all these guys' names, you know.
Obi Toppin,
Obi Toppin,
Denny,
Tyrese Maxey.
Maxey's in that draft.
Halliburton.
Come on.
Maxey came 21st.
Yeah, man.
That's mad.
I think Baines even lower as well. Like, when did Halliburton...
Halliburton was like 12th.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's a decent draft class.
But after that year, that's what I'm saying. At the end of that season in 2020, you only really looked at LaMelo and Edwards, really.
Yeah, for real.
Do you know what I'm saying? But
That's
then the
true.
year after...
Then the rest of them, they started to peak.
I think
Yeah.
that's what's going to happen. with
Yeah.
this year's
Even
draft class.
Tillman was at the Grizzlies was drafted
Come on, bro.
35th.
Yeah.
That was a deep Trey Jones, Spurs.
Yeah.
That was a deep draft class.
Yeah. You see that? Looking back, we're only in 2024 and already we're looking back and going, yo, 2020, that was a deep draft class.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I'm
you
saying?
kind of start to see, by the time, like you said, that draft class, by the time you're 23, you start to see who's who and what's what.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree.
We've also got to talk about, obviously, Washington played the Pistons recently, and I was, I know it's like, why would you want to watch that game? But the reason it was interesting was for 2 things. Obviously, there was a trade, but before the Kuzma thing, well, not before, but there was a trade between Washington and Pistons recently.
Yeah.
Like it's like they're just like, okay, well, that's just a swap. Like we're both not doing anything. There was a trade, but also Kuzma. I think Pistons almost beat the Celtics. Almost.
Yeah.
Almost beat, and then Kuzma tweeted.
Almost never
something-
counts, bro.
Yeah, I know. They almost beat the Celtics, and then Kuzma tweeted something like, "At the end of the day, right now, you just don't want to be that team."
Yeah, no one wants to be that team. Yeah.
And then he got thrown out of the game
Yeah.
against the Pistons recently.
Yeah.
So that's gotta be like.
I don't think he should have been kicked off though. Like he got 2 texts for like what? What was the text
Pistons
for? What was the first text?
Yeah, who won
He was a double text.
Pistons one.
Pistons one. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 4 wins now.
Yeah.
Isn't it mad that you can count their wins and they say like you know how many times they've
They
won?
played 40 games and won 4. Yeah,
That's
they're
crazy.
4 and 36.
Yeah.
Why do you think he should have been kicked out?
Well, what did he do? Like what? Oh, actually, he got a tech.
And then he was arguing.
And then arguing again, and then he got quick. It was back to back text, isn't it?
Yeah, it was back-to-back
No,
text.
but at that point, I don't think you even care. Like the way it looked, because I saw that tech. The way it looked like he didn't even care if he got thrown out at that point.
Yeah.
He didn't.
He went like this. He went like this to the ref, like he went mad. Like he put his arms out. Okay, get a tech for that. Then all of a sudden they cut the screen, and then he got a double tech.
I understand why players are frustrated with refs at the moment.
And like the tech, it's just a joke. Like it's a joke. It's a joke.
Even as fans, bro, we see it and we're like, this is dead, bro. Like you guys want to be center of attention. It's too
Yeah,
much.
it's too
That's
much.
moving mad. They're
Some
moving
of the
mad.
refs calls this
It's too
season.
much. You know the guy that loves it as well. There's 2 refs here in particular. Yeah, you guys all watch the game. 2 refs in particular where I'm like, you guys love it.
But Gucci Mane.
Gucci Mane, one of them. Gucci's one of them. And there's another guy. His hairline's like this. You know what I'm talking about?
I know you're talking about.
Brother. He loves it. He loves it.
What is the ref that winked at the camera?
Yes.
He does the Jordan shrug.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah,
They're making the game about them.
About them, bro.
It's not about you, bro. No one's here to watch you.
And do you know what they need to bring back, bro? I'm sorry, bro. They need to stop that whole unsportsmanlike whatever. If you get banged on, they can taunt. That's why we fell in love with the game, bro.
Yeah.
If you get banged on, you could talk like
It's
even
true,
though
man. Some of it is mad though.
it's too much.
Pause.
Wait, it's good.
I think it's even bad for them as a.
He tried to wait.
No. But honestly, if you get me, if you get posted, I feel like
It's part of the brand. Of the
part-
NBA.
but it is what it is, yeah.
Bro. Even with us, man, when we used to see like G.O.A.T dunk on Verajao or all these
Yeah.
Step over him.
That's what I'm saying. All
ma-
these.
I know
that's
you
what I think
you probably
about it.
get thrown out for that doing that now,
no,
bro.
you get thrown out 100%. Even Blake Griffin, man,
I
used
saw
to bang
some-
on,
Yeah,
House of
because
Soul.
when Steph hits his freeze,
Yeah.
or like the other day when he
When he's shimmying,
the handle, when
Yeah,
he shimmy,
yeah,
why
yeah.
in that attack?
Why ain't it exactly?
That's what
It's the
I'm
same
saying.
thing.
when he's doing all the
It comes from
night,
why
yeah,
not attack?
why not
It
attack?
comes from the same place.
I really feel like the NBA needs to look at like how the game is played now, because it's gotten so soft. Yeah, when we talk about the game today and we feel like it's getting soft, I feel like they're always talking about the NFL, and we know that NFL is the biggest game in America. Yeah, but don't they consider what it does to the viewership? Are they not considering that?
Well, you know what? Yeah,
They've got to consider, like, the amount of people they're kicking out for no reason.
Yeah.
It's banned, bro.
But you know what? As well as that, and you're definitely right. Texts are just so costly, bro, to the momentum of the game, bro.
Oh,
Do you know what I'm saying? Like someone can have a post or whatever, tech. Then now all of a sudden they get a free throw on the other end. And basketball, like you said, yeah, and it's very true. Me being on the court, yeah, it's a mental game, bro.
Yeah.
When you see that ball go in, all of a sudden, like you could be on like a mad run, but then you get that free throw. You see the ball go in, all of a sudden you're like, okay, cool, we've ended the run basically. Cool.
It's a
and then
mental
next thing you
game,
know, the
like-
momentum swings in their favor, bro.
It's
So-
true. No, that's true. Basketball,
And all for what? Do you know what I
basketball is a momentum game, innit? Like you
Do you
can
think
be.
they should add one team warning? Sorry, I'll cut you off, mate.
No,
Sorry.
go on.
Do you think they should add one team warning? You get away with one nasty dunk. Until
Nah.
man, just leave it.
Well,
it's just
no,
part. It's
no,
like
but the
enjoy the
thing is,
game.
what was-
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Let me ask you a question, yeah. What was the issue with all of that happening?
Some man
what's
was
the-
grabbing their nuts and doing wild stuff. So I understand getting.
But they do stuff like that. We get bro. We get
No,
that.
but that's a tech, though.
Yeah, that's a tech,
That's a tech, though.
I
Bro.
was just saying, like, a man slam dunk someone, like, nah, man can't flex. Man can't do that.
No, it's even gone to 2K. I played my boy on 2K the other day, yeah. Bro, I got a tech for. I didn't even know this was a thing. And I didn't even mean to do it or anything. I got a tech for hanging on the rim.
On two-
yeah,
hanging on the
yeah,
rim.
yeah,
I
Like,
didn't even know it was
pause.
a thing, bro.
But that's crazy. Crazy.
Yo, that's
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
the biggest
yeah.
post.
Hey, yo, crazy.
Yeah.
But I remember that happened to Bron.
But that's crazy though. Like, yeah, someone did that and then like they got a tech for that.
Bron made a crazy dunk here and he was all over the place. And he held
But,
on
like,
to
you
the
gotta
rim
be careful, like,
he
look
held
how
on
many-
to the rim to protect himself
Exactly.
and then dropped down.
It's
and
too
They
much.
got a tech for that.
Yeah.
And then if
Come
you don't do that, look what happened the other day. I can't remember the two involved, but do you see when someone dunked, yeah, and then like they just got off the rim and literally landed on the guy's shoulders, and then it was like he was.
I saw
riding a
that.
horse
Yeah,
for
yeah,
it.
yeah. I saw that.
It's dangerous.
He got a tech for that, didn't he?
No, there was no tech.
You didn't get a tech for that.
No,
I
there
was
was no
saying.
tech.
Well, he has to come down in it. So
Yeah.
Pause, but yeah.
No, you're good.
Right, this is getting silly now.
Yeah. It's a lot, man.
Ash, you wanted to talk about SAS and Whitlock.
Oh yeah, I just thought it was. I had never
Context.
Like
Like,
basically,
give
I can't repeat what Stephen A. Smith said about Jason Whitlock.
I will.
Basically, how can I put this smartly? He called him.
The fat bastard.
You called him
That wasn't the worst thing he said.
What he said, but
a fat offspring of a unmarried couple. And then I believe you called him the female offspring of so and so, something like that, basically. And I never thought I'd see the day where I saw Stephen A. act like he's actually from Queens.
Nah, come on, bro. It's been brewing. Stephen A. does that all the time on his
But
podcasts.
it's
He
mad
does stuff
because you
like that.
think they're two media guys.
Yeah.
Right? Really and truly, they're two media guys.
They don't like each other.
Yeah, but
Nobody likes Whitlock, apparently. That seems to be the consensus.
Was that
Nah.
that?
Nope.
You get-
Can we play it? Can we play that? Can we play it? Can we play the clip?
Yeah, like I was shocked. Like he called ESPN beforehand and told a couple people what he's about to do. That's how irate he was.
And that's crazy
He's had
because
enough.
See that meme?
Sorry to cut you off.
You know, it's
Go
become a big meme now. It's so funny, bro.
What?
No, what Stephen A. said.
Oh,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah. But can we get some context though? How did we get here? Like what happened? Like
I don't know what Whitlock said this particular time, but he's always jabbing at Shannon Sharp, Stephen A. Smith.
is he always jabbing at them though?
Marcellus Wiley, any black person in the media
Yeah.
that's got something to say. He's always.
I can
I've
tell you
noticed it myself.
specifically though. I can tell you specifically
Yeah.
what he said,
No.
which was just that like. So Stephen A. released a book, innit? Yeah, called Straight Shooter. Yeah,
Okay.
and
He
Oh
captained
yeah, I
it.
remember.
He
Now. I
captained it a
remember.
little
I remember
bit,
what was
yeah,
said.
yeah.
I remember now.
So
yeah.
now he must have said in that book, yeah, that like he went into a gym.
Done 17 threes
And he-
17 threes or something like that.
He scored 17 threes in a row. The thing is, he never made it clear whether he was talking in game, because in game that's crazy, or if it was like just in the court. If it's on the court and he's getting shots up,
Short corner.
then it's believable.
Yeah.
Corner three.
It could be believable. That's doable. Do you
But-
know what I'm saying? But like 17 in a game,
You're
do you know what I
smoking.
mean?
You're
Regardless of the level.
Has that ever happened in the NBA?
No.
Nah, 17.
Bro, the record is
nah.
like 14, I think. It was,
14
13.
made. Not
It was like Clay.
Yeah,
Was it Clay?
yeah. So it was Kyrie first to 12,
Yeah.
then Steph broke it,
Steph, yeah.
13, then Clay broke it,
Yeah.
14.
in Clay. So there was that, and then when Stephen A must have said that. So obviously he said that happened, and that's what got him the scholarship to the university he went to, the basketball scholarship. And then he said that when he was there, he only averaged, what was it, 1 point?
It
something?
was 1.5
Yeah.
points, but it was that in one game though.
Yeah,
This
in
was
in one game. So then obviously Whitlock, he's there like 17 shots. Like, let's be real with it. And then the second thing he said was that, like he said, he's like, how can you average that if it was just one game? That's not an average. That's just what you got.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
But how can it be 1.5 in a game? How can it be if
Yeah,
it's
you
one
can't.
game?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
It's not possible.
No,
yeah. It's
apparently.
either 1 point or 2 points.
But the thing is, there's nothing really to confirm if he actually played just one game or whatever. It might have been more than that. I don't know. Stephen A. But the thing is, with Stephen A., what he took offense to is just that this guy is always just trying to question the validity of all these things, always trying to come at the big dogs, meaning him, like you said,
Shannon Sharp. Has he come?
He's come at Skip though. He's got
Okay.
at Skip.
He's-
Everyone goes at
he
Skip,
goes
though, I'm
at
not really-
everybody, but when black issues come up, he's always cussing black people in general.
No, I don't think so. And this is what I'm saying.
We've been watching NBA for a long time.
Jason Whitlock, you are right there. People do
Yeah.
say that he has a lot of the right wing fans behind him, but
And plus
I remember
myself.
I remember specifically when everyone was going at Kyrie, like he backed Kyrie, bro.
Yeah.
He backed Kyrie when everyone was going at him like, about the jab and Stephen A. Smith and them man were ripping into Kyrie.
Mhm.
I just remember watching him saying, "Why is everyone going in on Kyrie? He doesn't want to take the jab. What's the situation?" So
But-
I just remember that. You know what I mean,
Of course,
so
But do you
a
think he's
broken
just one of them? What you say?
A broken clock.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, do you think it's just one of them things where he just wants to always take the side of the unpopular opinion?
again, it could be that as well. He
be.
may just go against the grain. He wants maybe
Yeah.
he's looking for the viral moment, the clip. Maybe he feels like he'll get more of a more views or something with his opinions, and
Yeah.
it's an opinion game, isn't it? Your
It is.
opinion has to be the loudest. It has to be the most
his opinion
controversial.
is always negative, and what the other analysts are saying is behind the scenes he's shysty. He try and cut you out a job, and why is he on this segment and all that kind of stuff. So it's not just his behavior on in front of the camera. It's
Stuff
also his
off camera
behavior
as well.
off camera.
Off camera,
fair
yeah.
enough.
The
fair play.
sentiment is he's a negative person,
Yeah.
and he instead of popping somebody up, would rather bring somebody down.
Done. Fair enough.
He's
That-
literally
Think
said
about it.
he's
He's
the
off
worst
the show
human
he
being,
started.
bro.
He's off the show he started.
Yeah.
That show with Marcel Wiley. I can't
Marcellus
remember
Wiley,
the name.
I do feel like everything said and done, I feel like Stephen A. went a bit overboard with what he said. Whatever the circumstances, let a man like say, "Oh, bro, like what you said is cap." Calling him, I just feel like that's petty. Calling a man a fat.
Can I be real
fat.
with you though?
You know what I
yeah?
mean, like, that's just like
You see with Stephen A, you have to think about Stephen A being in the media for as many years as he's been in, yeah? I'm sure Whitlock is not his only op like within media, innit?
nah.
He must have better
yeah.
than
yeah.
and he keeps it pro the whole time. And now he has like a network or his own
platform.
platform, where he can say whatever he wants to say. With this Whitlock guy, clearly for him to come out like that, it's been accumulating, isn't it? And I'm not gonna,
Stephen A. Smith never lets anything go though.
no.
He doesn't let. What does he let slide?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't
No,
let
no,
He
anything
doesn't let
slide.
anything
He
slide.
doesn't,
No,
he doesn't
but
let it slide, but the
But it's
manner,
not the
this
first time
manner,
he's got yeah.
the
In
manner
this
in
fashion,
which
yeah.
he did it.
Yeah, the manner, but at the same time, it's not the first time he's like kind of like responded to man. So he kind of like does respond to him, just not in this manner, but he responds to him in a professional way where he has called cap, he's done all of that, but he continues and continues. And like you said, because he does stuff behind the scenes as well,
Fair play.
at some point you're just gonna be like, you know what?
I've had enough. Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. What's gonna happen? People are gonna look and be like, rah, that's a bit mad. Might turn into some memes a little bit, but then it'll just go back to normal.
Mm.
But he has got that humiliation. He can't wipe that off.
Yeah.
He
And then
can't. And even if he wants to talk back or even
Mm-hmm.
respond, his platform's not big enough where a lot of people are gonna really deep what he's saying. If there is something for him to say.
bro, everybody's on Stephen A's side, even ESPN, bro.
And that tells
Disney
you
is
something.
on your side,
Tells
bro.
you something, bro.
Disney, bro.
That tells you something.
That-
And he even said himself, I know he was like, it might be a bit of like, exaggeration a little bit when he was just like, oh yeah, like I asked my pastor for permission, all of that, yeah. But like for him to do that, 100% he's talked to ESPN and gone, listen, I got you.
He's
And
got it all
ESPN
clear. He's got it all clear.
Yeah, and from time ESPN are like, you know what, just do your as long as it's not with us, go and do your thing.
Yeah,
what does that tell you?
Straight.
Yeah.
Shout out Stephen A. Smith. Just to round off this week, obviously, fantasy.
Oh, sorry, I just wanted to put. Last
Go
week, I thought Donovan Mitchell was injured for the season. Somebody put Mitchell was injured in the group chat. There's only one Mitchell. Yeah, when we say Mitchell, it's Donovan Mitchell.
Well,
Mitchell Robinson and all these other guys are not Mitchell. You say their full name. Only stars get one name. Yeah,
Is Donovan
So-
Mitchell a star?
of course he's a star.
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
Who's got Donovan Mitchell?
Mitchell Robinson's
star.
out for the season. Allegedly, the Knicks tried to
I
pull
think
off
he
last
has.
one.
Who?
I think Ash has got Donovan
I
Mitchell.
got Donovan
No, I
Mitchell.
don't have Donovan.
Oh, you
Mitchell.
have?
I don't.
Oh. Well, there we go.
But
I mean, D-Boy, you've been having a very good time in fantasy.
Yeah, man.
recently. Finally.
Finally, 2 week streak. I'm about to go on my third. Shout out to Amps. Thanks for this win in advance. I'm anyone who wants it when in this playoff season, anyone can get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, except for
Okay.
Cons, because he's on a different level of smoke.
Shout out Conspiracy.
Man's talking like he's not bottom seed.
Bro, it don't matter, bro. We see what's coming. You get what I'm saying?
Pause. That was crazy.
Oh my days.
But
Anyway.
Pause.
Anyway,
Hey, you man.
shout out Cons. Obviously, fantasy hasn't been going too well for myself, but I've got a few injuries, but I'll be back. I'm 6-5. I'm still, I think, second or third seed. So, we're getting there.
Before we end it, I just want to ask you, what are your habits with updating your fantasy team? Like I was telling Mike earlier that when I wake up, the first thing I do now is I check my fantasy because I panic. I fall asleep and I don't watch the games. I'm thinking, who's beat me? Like what are my players done? Like what's happening? I'm saying, like, what are your habits with
my
your...
habit? Well, I'll give you my habit from last year. My habit, because obviously I won last year, just so that everybody remembers that I'm the current reigning champion.
You have to flex that one.
But my habit from last year is basically what you said. Check it every morning, make changes, look at I always look at who I'm playing against and what they have going forward.
Going forward, yeah.
I always look at that because I can always see, all right, this guy's going to go off in this game, and I always look for stuff like back-to-backs because people don't think about
That's
it.
so important.
People don't
That's
think
so
about it.
important,
People
yeah.
think, right, I've got Jokic. Is he going to play both?
He might not play back-to-back. Yeah, exactly.
Or even if he plays, maybe he might play half.
Mhm.
Like he might play within himself for one of the games and then
and go off on just one.
on
yeah.
one. So yeah, it's always that. It's that kind of thing. Obviously, as a champion,
Femi, you playing fantasy?
I'll give you
as
that.
a champions, reminding us,
Yeah, no. You know what? Yeah, like it's just too much, man. So no, at first, I can't say the first 2 weeks I'm on job, and then I just fall off,
You fall off.
and then I start to see
It's a lot. It's a lot to do. innit?
injuries,
Yeah, it's a lot, it's
all
a
of
lot,
that.
it's a lot.
I wanna get involved with it, bro. But it's just the consistency. I need to keep it consistent, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Commissioner Ash is steadily mashing up the thing, but
look, my team's finally healthy. I've had the
Mavs
best.
are my fantasy team, bro, to be honest.
Nah, big
You know what
up.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
My team's finally healthy. I think 3 of the last 4 game weeks, I've had the highest scoring team. I'm on a 3-game streak. I got a bye week this week, but I still got the most points, even though it's a bye week.
Which is wild still.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For me.
That don't matter, man.
But the conference is looking tasty. Like Matt said, he's 6-5. Me and Dio are 5-6.
We're
Abs is
we're
also
5 and
6-5. So that's. There's one more guy in our side of the conference.
Do you know what?
So it's looking tasty, man.
Do you know what? I have to give a big shout out to Drev. Drev he hasn't been on the pod yet, but shout out Drev. Drev is 9-2 at the
He's
moment.
lost 2
And
games.
one of the twos he
man,
didn't play that whole week.
Yeah.
He
I was
didn't
looking-
play, yeah. So big. The way he drafted his team, shout out to Drev, man.
Who were your starters, bro? If I'm not going around.
I drafted rookies, man. I got Wemby and Chet. I knew they were going to play. I didn't. What's it?
Okay, no,
Yeah,
so swear down. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. I drafted Wemby and Chet, and my tactics was, well, first and foremost, I didn't have opportunity to draft Jokic. I was like 6th pick or something like that. I had the 6th pick, so, and we done a spot. We done a what's it called, the
Snake.
the snake thing. So,
Okay.
to be honest with you, I knew like, look, all the big boys were gonna go when it's my turn. So I just thought, look, I want Wemby. He's getting Spurs. Pop's going to use him. He's going to play.
He's
No
not,
one-
he's not using him as he should do. But
He's not using it, but I know like for fantasy, he'll get me
What's
numbers.
who are your starters?
I got Wemby, Chet, Maxi, Mitchell, and
Not with the young boys. You know?
yeah,
Yeah.
boys are going to play, man. And
That's true though. That's actually a good tactic.
Yeah.
Like durability. You know.
Yeah, like the
you know,
points
good report.
ain't the same as NBA points. It's like you get more points for
about
rebounds
Paul George?
and
And Paul George.
and assists than you do for scoring baskets.
Points.
yeah,
That's why you're backing Paul George heavy.
You,
That
you have to look at
he,
the
he needs to get me
Yeah.
some wins, bro.
Yeah, yeah. What about you? What's your starters?
me. I got Jokic. I don't. To be honest, my team is more of a balanced team that's going to score a lot of points.
Yeah, it's more. It's
with
that's what.
Jokic.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
what it's
For
about.
me, I've got like Michael Porter Jr.
Why have you got Jokic?
I got
bro?
Fred. Even my
Jokic.
second round draft pick, I could have got like Sabonis, and I went with Van Fleet.
Van Vliet.
I could have had Sabonis and
How's he
Kyrie.
doing,
I went
bro?
with.
That's true. We haven't really heard much of
He's
him.
doing.
Yeah.
He's fourth in assist leaders,
Mm.
and he started the season slow, but he started to pick up with the scoring.
Mm.
So
He's got the range though for Rockets.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a smart
Yeah.
pick. in
That's
that-
a smart play,
in
yeah.
that
you know what I'm
regard,
saying.
yeah.
So
He's coachable.
and then my feeling was the better players and the best teams
Mm.
at the end of the season, they're going to be sitting games.
That's
So come the playoff rounds of our fantasy, my players are going to be playing more or less. So I've got a better chance because that's how I lost the match last year.
That's not how you lost, bro.
That's how I lost, bro.
That's not how you lost.
About half my team was just
Garbage time.
sitting. Half my team was
Basically,
sitting
yeah.
waiting for the NBA playoffs.
Waiting for the playoffs. What's your team saying?
My team ain't. So I got Siakam, Tatum. He dropped Miles Turner for me.
Like a madman. I don't know why I did that. But you know
Yeah, it
what?
should've
That I
happened.
was. Do you know what? To be honest with you, this is my second year playing fantasy with these guys, and my
Also-
knowledge on fantasy, I just thought I used to think, okay, he wasn't playing that day. I dropped him, so I thought I'll drop him. No one's gonna see. I'll pick him up
Yeah.
the following day. I dropped him, and I just got rinsed in a group. That what are you doing? He
Yeah.
picked him up straight. He was number one. In the way,
Immediately.
right? So
Bro, yeah, it's
Immediately.
hard, bro.
Yeah,
I just
like-
don't like the way you drop players and pick players up. Yeah, I wasn't skilled.
I tried
You
to
know,
be smart, yeah.
I thought, let me drop him for a second because
Turner
I needed
got game, bro.
that day. I needed to get some points. I was thinking, how am I going to get points with him? He's not playing.
Bro, before Lively
mean-
was showing what he was showing,
Yeah.
this season, I wanted to get Turner, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Start of the season, I was like, Turner, bro, like, he's a dream big for me to get, bro. Turner's
Yeah.
gold, man.
I tried to be smart and draft Ben Simmons, but it's backfired badly. 'cause
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
Faves just had Jar
yeah.
waiting for Jar to come back, and then he's out for the
He
season. That's
came back
finished him.
out for the season.
And then on top of that, he's also got
That's peak
he's
still.
got Lamelo, so he's collapsed.
Yeah.
Well, Lamelo's back now, though, isn't
Lamelo's
he?
back,
but
but
but Faves got like 4 man out still now. But
But
like, even with
that's
me,
peak.
I would say I've had the best pickups. So I've had at the Hawks, I've got Jalen Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've picked up Sexton.
Yeah.
Picked up Jalen Williams from OKC. Somebody dropped
that's
him.
Sexton doing.
Bruv, he's like 35 points a game. His average is low because he
he's
didn't start.
35 a game.
no,
his average is low.
35.
Oh,
fantasy
His
Oh,
points.
average,
fantasy
no,
points,
no,
okay,
in the
right.
fantasy because his
Yeah.
average is low because he didn't start the season
Yeah.
balling.
Femi said what?
35.
Baby, Colin Sexton. I went to get Hoosie.
Yeah,
Okay.
but he's playing now like he used to play on the Cavs.
And you got J-Dub as well, Jalen
Yeah,
Williams.
you know what I'm
is
saying.
top-
So
is
I've
cold,
picked
bro.
up like 4 good players
Yeah.
that
Cool.
nobody really saw the value in,
Well,
and I picked up Kessler.
we'll check back in again next week. On that note,
Kessler's
it's a
decent.
wrap for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe and catch you on the rebound.
Subscribe.
Peace.
Yeah.
See ya.
With the English Pods, make sure you like, share, subscribe, share us on all your social media platforms, and each and every week get the freshest, brand new NBA podcasting right here with the guys from the UK with the English Pod.